Hello guys, this is your Common Sense Success Coach, Coach Tony. Recording from here in my crib. Okay. Now, to the matter at hand, I'm about to launch a a program. This is the first episode of that program, guys. No, so medyo this is something that I felt I really had to do because medyo I've been putting it off for quite some time dahil I know it's gonna be a little bit of a handful, masyadong maraming ideas. It's basically about life, okay? So those of you who know me, alam niyo yung naging journey ko, no? And how I was before, like less than 10 years ago. How nakwento ko sa inyo yung story of how I when the economic crisis hit us, I was one of the most severely hit, and then how I came into real estate and then became an agent and became a manager, and tuloy-tuloy na, and then right now I'm able to get myself a condo and toys, diba? And a life that I think many people would be happy with. Okay, so now maraming yon, hindi lang siya basta-basta ginawa just like that, diba? Snap of a finger. No, it's not. It has to be really deliberate, talagang tinrabaho, talagang pinagplanuhan. Maraming pagkakamali because when you're starting out, you tend to try out a lot of stuff, what works, what doesn't work. So thankfully, because of the internet, ang dami mong mariresearch, ang dami mong makikitang mga knowledge and tips and tricks and strategies, no? So that also goes the same with your life. So ganun ang ginawa ko, guys. I basically hacked my life. So now, what we're launching is basically a life mastery system or a life mastery program. Okay. What would life mastery mean for you? Okay? Based on the words. Ano ba yan? Okay? Now, based on the words siguro, life, yes, buhay natin. It's all encompassing. Marami siyang elemento, marami siyang spheres of concern. Okay? May physical, may spiritual, may may knowledge, ang dami niyan, may community, marami kasi tayong roles. Hindi lang tayo all physical, hindi lang tayo all knowledge, hindi lang tayo all relationship. We have a lot of hats, or we have a lot of spheres of concern when it comes to our lives, no? Now, based on this, pag sinabi nating mastery, it means that if we will gamify it, okay, ano yung gamified ba? Yung mga level 1 to 10 or 1 to 100 or whatever. So, but for the sake of simplicity, sabihin mong 1 to 10, in each of those, I call 9 spheres, anong level mo dyan? Okay? Admittedly, ako, hindi pa mataas in many aspects because it's a continuous work in progress. Kung nakita nyo yung, anong tawag doon? Yung image that there's this guy who's like chiseling away, parang sculpture siya, he's chiseling away the excess and the stone, and then he's creating his body, no? So it's basically like that. We all work on ourselves, or not. If you're even conscious that you have to work on yourself, diba? So I know a lot of guys, they work on their cars, they set it up well, they work on their motorcycles, they set it up well, bibili ng magandang gulong, bibili ng kung ano-ano mga pyesa that makes it go fast and beautiful siya, diba? Laging pinupunasan, whatever. Have you ever thought about, have you worked upon yourself? Ang dami nga nakikita, gaganda ng mga kotse. Then when they get down from their cars, it's like, nakita mo, clearly medyo napabayaan nila ang sarili niya. And that's so sad because ang cars, masira ang pyesa ng cars. Okay? Physical. We're talking about the physical, Masira pyesa ng cars, you can replace it eh. Okay? But our bodies, if something happens to us like a stroke or heart attack, ang hirap nang bawiin, especially when you're older. So, this is about that. This is about maagapan ng buhay natin. Very serious, guys. Very serious. I'm very serious here. What would life mastery mean for you? Sulat niyo yung question na yan. Hopefully, you'll take it seriously. Pagtapos nitong talk ko, nitong watching this video, please try to put down what would life mastery mean for you. Okay, for me, in a nutshell, baka i-share din niyo kung ano yung ano ko yung sense ko of life mastery. For me, it is a feeling of absolute freedom. Okay? Nothing's constraining you. Walang disease na magko-constrain sa akin na hindi ako makalakad, hindi ako makapag-usap sa ibang tao, takot akong lumabas because my immune system is down and I may contract something, the COVID thing right now, diba, nakakatakot, diba? But I try to limit myself with, I go out, I don't, but okay, I took care of my body. I believe mataas ang immune system ko because I've been going out and, anyway. So, the feeling of full freedom, okay? Honest contentment. Okay, anong honest contentment? Ibig sabihin, I can say to myself, let's say I'm in my deathbed and I think about it, gusto ko masabi ko sa sarili ko, I've done what I wanted to do, I've done what I needed to do, what I felt was my mission. Okay? Yung feeling mo of real contentment, I've helped a lot of people that, I believe I've created a significant, positive, good, impact in the world. I've helped with the happiness and wellness of a lot of beings, not only humans, but the environment, animals and whatnot, diba? Contentment, peace of mind, yung when I'm again on my deathbed or even when I sleep, the fact that I could just tell myself na it was a good day, or when I'm on my last breath, sasabihin ko, it was a good life, I did a good run, I have to go now. Yung ganun ba, pag masasabi mo sa sarili mo yung ganun, ako for me, wow, that would be, it actually keeps me up sometimes late at night. I'm sorry, but hindi sa corny, pero naiisip ko yun anong naging impact ko sa mundo, anong naging impact ko sa mga tao. Would somebody even remember me? It's not a selfish form of being remembered or whatever ego-driven thing, but it's a sense that meron kang, sabi nga nila, that you've left a garden patch greener, you've planted things for other people to benefit from, yung ganon. And from that, with that contentment and peace of mind, okay, peace of mind, ibig sabihin, yung mga mahal mo sa buhay, yung mga binild mo, they're there to continuously bless other people. Whew, wow, medyo naiyak ako because this is what I feel my purpose would be, so it would give me pure happiness. Okay, yung alam mo yon, I want to reach that state where I'm so happy with me being able to fulfill my mission here, in this existence, it really resonates with me. I don't know, maybe may mga iba sa inyo maiisip din yan if you are truly listening and internalizing kung ano yung I'm trying to get across to you guys, so ayun, that is what life mastery is for me, high levels of personal and all of those spheres of concern, high achievement levels. And okay, the purpose of this episode, okay, besides the first one, what the question is, what would life mastery mean for you? Other purposes of this episode is awareness of self. Kailangan medyo maging aware na tayo. Hindi na yung tipong nagpapadala tayo the environment, what's happening with the environment, what's happening with our surroundings. other people, politics, whatever, diba? We have to be aware of these things, and we have to be aware that we have the power for our own lives, with our own time. We can choose what we do with our own time, our bodies, what we choose to learn, what we choose to use our time on. Okay, it's to give control to you. Number one, awareness of self. Number two is to give control to you. Okay, to you. Because marami sa atin, we're saying, dahil kasi yung gobyerno ganyan, dahil kasi hindi ako na panganak sa maraming pera, hindi ako, there's so much, a lot of things that we count and we use it as an excuse to not living our best lives. Okay, maraming paraan. Hindi lahat ng, maraming mga successful people who have come from the most poor backgrounds. Manny Pacquiao, marami dyan. I don't even have to enumerate. I mean, I have the, sobrang saludo kay Senator Manino because what he did in his life, diba? Nakita niyo yung mga pictures niya, he was still young and sobrang payat, and he was doing sit-ups on a board na nakalagay, alam mo yun, yung naka-incline siyang ganun, is doing sit-ups, and then kita mahirap na hirap siya because he does not have proper nutrition. Walang-wala siya nun. And imagine that a guy like this was able to lift up himself from the heights, and right now I do believe he's really trying to do good things for everybody, so I don't see any selfishness on his part. Anyway, this is not about him, sorry. Nalo lang ako because he really touches me. His life touches me. Okay, so what did he see? If he saw, na tipong, ay, hindi ako napanganak na mayaman walang mag-sponsor sa akin, walang pera, ganyan and everything. Kung ganun ang tinignan niya, would we have a pambansang kamao? Would there be a Manny Pacquiao that we know and love today? Okay, wala. Hindi mo gamiting excuse dapat kung ano ang sitwasyon mo ngayon. Okay? Lahat yan andito. Okay? So, what you need to do? You need to transform this. That's number 3. Okay? Awareness of self. You recognize that you have the control. And number 3, you have to transform your thinking. Because dyan nag-uumpisa lahat. Anong tumatakbo sa utak mo? Are you letting thoughts hinder you? Pinipigilan ka? Are you letting thoughts, ang tawag doon? Are you using these thoughts as excuses para hindi ka maka-achieve ng certain things that you want in life? Yes, it's hard. But you don't count what others have and what you don't. What you do is you just determine where you are, okay? And what are your goals? What are your obstacles and options? What can you do? And then, have the motivation, have the will, persistence to go towards it. But that's basically the GROW method, which we'll discuss in future so that's like goals. Set your goals, your reality, that's a GROW. R. And then options and obstacles, that's ano yung mga potentialities, ano mga pwede mong gawin, ano mga pwedeng humadlang sa'yo. Okay, that's the number 3. And number 4 is the will, or the way towards the goal. Ano yung paraan? What can you do? What are the strategies that can bring you closer to your goals, as GROW. Goals, reality, options and obstacles, and will, or way towards the goals. Anyway, so I hope you took note of that. We'll put it sa baba. Okay? Whew. So, number 3, sa purpose of this episode, awareness, give control to you, transform your thinking. The purpose is to eventually help you. This is part of the 3. Why do you need to transform your thinking? Because it's to help you create the life of happiness, fulfillment, abundance, peace, success, a life of meaning and purpose. That is the purpose of this episode. It's to try to bring that beginning of transformation of your mindset. Okay, now okay, we were talking earlier about the 9 spheres of concern, di ba? Because kailangan nating maging aware of what we are supposed to work on. Di ba? Now, we will discuss about this in future episodes in detail, each and every one. But I'll give a summary about each and every one of them for this episode lang. No? So, life mastery is about the 9 spheres of concern. Okay? Now, it emanates from the inner part, palaki ng palaki ng palaki. Okay? Or, depending siguro sa significance or gravity, kung gaano kabigat ito involving our lives. Now, number 1 is the physical. Maraming mga tao, masyado nilang pinapabayaan ng kanilang physical. And that is so sad because never has it been more obvious right now that we need peak physical condition or high levels of physical health, okay, than now. Because what happens pag mababa ang physical attribute mo, okay, if your health is not quite on a high level, the COVID can impact you in a highly negative way and even cripple or kill you. Okay, so it's the care of our bodies, what we should eat, what we should not eat, the schedule of our food, exercise, supplementation. Yes, you need supplements. Okay, I'm gonna put it out there. I use supplements and I'm almost 40. So far, ito lang ang nawawala. But I'm getting towards that. Maybe that can be part of a future talk. But, almost 50. Okay, by this December. Okay, so, ayan. So, that's the physical. You have to care. Mas ini-investan pa ng mga tao ang mag-wheels ng kotse. Okay, sadly. Or their home theater system. Or their house. Kung ano-anong sineset up nila. They buy expensive stuff, gadgets. They buy expensive, bibili ng cellphone, what? 50,000, 100,000 pesos. Bakit? Diba? Anyway, as long as you take care of your bodies, I don't care what kind of phone you buy or whatever, because alalahanin niyo ang katawan niyo. Not only is it a vehicle for you to operate in this reality, in this world, no? It is also something that if it breaks down, hindi lang ikaw magsasuffer. If you are the breadwinner and you have a family and your body breaks down, what will happen to your family? Lalo na kung hindi kayo financially well off. Diba? So you have to take care of your body. We have to take care. That's one of the mindset. Yung physical aspeto ng body mo. Okay? Now we'll go to practical. From a gauge of 1 to 10, anong level yan? That is number 1. Okay? Our physical aspect, physical sphere, okay, of concern. Okay? You have to create positive habits or remove certain habits that will, further increase the aging, further destroy the metabolism. We have to remove those things. Okay? Now, number 2, sa internal, which with what we are doing right now. Kailangan natin magkaroon tayo. Do you have to know exactly the scientific action, why you should avoid certain foods, why you should have a low carbohydrate diet, why you should at least fast for 12 to 14, 15, 16 hours a day, instead of stuffing your face with food for like 16 hours or whatever, diba? Okay, so you don't need to know about that because that kind of knowledge is actually available on the internet. Anong kailangan mong gawin? Okay, you have to have the belief, you have to have the drive, the will to move forward on your goals. Okay, so yan yung internal. That's the internal thing. You have to be able to say to yourselves, no, Tony, this is no more. I'm not gonna eat this stuff anymore. Too much ice cream, too much blah blah blah, diba? Okay, too much sugar, too much carbs. You have to have a strong internal game in yourself. So that's the other sphere of concern. Andyan na rin ang knowledge, andyan na rin ang, for me, andyan na rin ang spiritual, because they're all interconnected. It's regulated by your mind and your heart and your spirit, no? So, magkakasama, nagtutulong-tulungan yan, knowledge and wisdom and belief, you know, okay, working towards making a better life. So, your internal game, internal sphere has to be, anong level mo dyan? Bumibigay ka ba? You know, marupo ka ba? Okay, so, the third is emotional. Okay, so, a lot of people, especially men, you know, they're not even aware of the emotional aspects of their lives. What gives you happiness? Yung nakikita mo sa buhay mo ngayon, do you allow other people or other things to destroy that happiness? Di ba? Or, are you toxic? Are you causing this happiness or aggravation in other people that they in return that to you? Okay? So, emotional na yan, we have to also be in touch with them. Ano ba ang impact natin sa ibang tao? Ano ang impact ng environment sa atin emotionally? Ano ang impact sa atin ng people, ng ibang tao? Impact sa atin ng iba't ibang mga bagay on an emotional level. We have to be aware of that. So on an emotional level, are you high on happy and content and peace, or you're dipping on the low part? Is your emotional life high or low? Okay? So are you doing the things that contribute to happiness, or are you doing the things that are contributing to sadness, discontent, anger, the negative side of the force, kasi sasabihin nga nila sa Star Wars, right? Now, number 4 is the social part. Okay? We are not, inasabi nga nila, I forgot kung sino na, but no man is an island. Ibig sabihin, we all have to operate in a social world. Marami tayong relationships with other people. So, dito, with the social part is the relationship with people who we work with closely, our office mates, our loved ones, okay, from intimate to family, ganyan ano. So, what is your relationship level with each of them? You being as a father, as a husband, as a mother, as a wife, as a daughter, i-gauge nyo yan. Are you being a good person to the people who are closest in your life? Okay? Ito yung mga interactions ninyo with everybody, with business partners, ganyan, no? Okay. Are you good with social skills, or are you antagonistic? Ibig sabihin, you rub off people the wrong way. Do you accuse other people? Do you create negative feelings in other people, or do you inspire? Do you give them great feelings, or do you provide them guidance? Do you provide them spiritual upliftment and mga ganyan, di ba? So that's number 4. Number 5 is purposeful work. Your career, your work, okay, is it mission oriented? Is it going towards where you want to be, you know, your impact in the world and whatnot, no? So, okay, employment, that's well and good, okay, but are you happy with your work? Okay, so this is that. And if you're happy with your work, are you seeing any upward trend on this work? Or tinitreat mo lang ba yung work na yan as it's good for now, but eventually I will shift to another line of work, or I will, you know, set up my own business and whatever, diba? Okay, this is that part. Okay, where are you in your career? Where are you, you know, are you still in a low level dahil patalon-talon ka ng trabaho? Okay, are you still in a low level because, you know, you're taking shortcuts in your work and you're not getting promoted? Okay, that's that. Okay, or are you just not simply happy with your work because you feel you're not aligned to it? That's that. Okay, so you have to gauge, where are you in your career? Is it purposeful work for you? Do you even know what your purpose is? Okay, so interconnected lahat yung spheres na yan, guys, ha. So the next thing is financial. Okay? Financial meaning, are you earning enough money? Not only to survive. Sadly, because of this situation right now, marami, they're just surviving. Okay? And not even so, talagang nagsisikip sila ng mga sinturon, you know, which is a sad thing because I think hindi naman I think I do believe it's a global recession because of what happened with NCOV, no, or COVID-19. So now, money, passive income, do you have it? If you don't have it, then you're in danger. Okay, are you invested in certain instruments that allow your money to grow? Okay, if not, then what are you waiting for? Or kulang ka ng surplus, or kulang ka ng extra money to invest, kulang ka ng extra money to do a sideline. Okay, marami mga sidelines ngayon, guys, na aliliit na lang ang kailangan, and then depende na lang is how hard you work on it or how smart you work on it. Okay, so the financial sphere, are you there? Are you fairly abundant? Are you fairly in a high level of financial status? Okay, meaning you have passive income that's coming in, you have a lot of assets that are giving you capital, giving you profit on a monthly, yearly basis. Is your wealth level high up there, or is it always dipping down? Sorry, but you have to really get square on yourself, be honest with yourself kung asan ka financially. Okay? And sadly, a lot of Filipinos nasa mababa. May paraan yan, pero we'll discuss that in future episodes, no? So that's the 6th sphere. The 7th sphere is the world and the community. Okay, we live in a global community already, all interconnected with the internet, right? Pero besides that, you're part of your community, you're part of your barangay, you're a part of your city, you're a part of your country, you're a part of your membership with a social organization. Ang dami mong roles in terms of this when we talk about the world community, the environment, kasama dyan yung, are you planting trees, are you ano ang impact mo as a global citizen, as a citizen of the earth, okay, as a citizen of the Philippines. That's part of, sadly, that's part of where we are, okay? So ano ka, doon ka sa taas, are you a good citizen, are you a good global citizen, are you a good earth citizen, di ba? Okay, so are you contributing to the health of the environment, or you're contributing to the degradation of the environment? You determine. Okay, number 8 is about, yes, this is the good stuff, okay? It's about lifestyle, travel, hobbies, adventure. Okay. Ako, sa akin, my hobbies are collecting vintage motorcycles and travel, meeting new people, food. Yan, mga ganyan. That's the lifestyle part. I like getting served in really nice hotels, restaurants, ganyan, di ba? Dahil di mo kailangan magluto, mag-chop, di mo kailangan mag-mix-mix, tikim-tikim, blah, blah, blah. Mamaya wala ka ng gana, di ba? I love cooking, by the way, pero sometimes mas gusto kong lumabas na lang and, sabi nila masarap ang ganitong food nila dito. The Italian is great here, the Korean is great here. So, I love, doing those things, and I love traveling. I love riding my bikes all around. So, got not a few big bikes. Yan ang nagre-restore ako and nagre-resto mod ako. That's my hobby. Okay? I've got, maybe more than a few. Saka nyo, makikita nyo in future episodes what these bikes are. Because of the certain levels in financial and certain levels in career and business, okay, has allowed me to have this certain degree of lifestyle. Okay? Means that I'm actually looking at kung kailan pwedeng magpuntang Boracay, pwedeng magpuntang Palawan, or I usually go to Bangkok because I love the food there. Tapos I feel at home in the hotel that suki ako doon. So that's the kind of life that I'm slowly, because kailangan nating maging happy, guys, Okay? What are you happy with? What gives you happiness? Okay? So, yan ang 8th level. Kung mag-gauge mo ang buhay mo in terms of the fun part, okay? That's the fun part. Is your lifestyle level high? Do you get to can you get to spend on your hobbies, mga ganyan? Oh, by the way, I took up diving, and hindi na ako nakabalik because of the quarantine and everything. I did my first dive late last year, around November or December yata. We went to Anilao, and then I got to learn diving there. I got my PADI license. So anyway, yung mga ganun ba? So in those things that help, make you happy, what level are you? Okay? And the last thing is contribution. Okay? Napaka-importante that we give back. It really because I have been helping some kids with physical difficulties, like meron silang butas sa puso, may cancer, may problema sa utak, mga ganyan. Physically So though I cannot contribute in a very big way because we are still starting out, we've been invested in certain companies and media programs that we are producing, no? So umpisa kasi yun doon. It's a way to bring in more people towards the community, and then later on makaka-contribute pa tayong mas malaki pa doon sa mga batang ito. So kayo, are you able to contribute more than just a little to these causes? Okay, what causes give you a sense of satisfaction? Ako kasi sa mga kids na nagsasuffer, mahina ako dyan. As in, you bring me into a room and I'm like a baby, I'm crying, no? So naawa ako sa such young people, they're in such a situation. So contribution, social responsibility, giving back, where are you there? So high or low or zero? Wala pa, because you're barely making ends meet. Sadly, maraming Pilipino andyan sa zero right now when it comes to contribution and giving back. So those are the basic 9 spheres. So hindi taga yan, hindi taga sa bato yan. Maybe may naisip ka pang ibang spheres na irrelevant sa'yo. Then go ahead. If it does not classify in the 1 to 9, again, depende yan sa'yo. But I've given you a rough framework on how to gauge where your life is. So basically that's it, guys. So you have to be aware of the spheres of concern when it comes to life mastery. You have to be aware that you can control what you can do to improve each and every one of these spheres. And more importantly, you have to change your mindset. Okay? You have to transform your thinking from proactive into reactive. Ibig sabihin, keep moving forward with your mind. Okay? And then have the discipline, have the commitment, the persistence, so that you'll be able to pull through and push through towards the actualization of your goals. Okay, we've talked about the grow method of coaching. So anyway, so yun lang, guys. So if you have other questions, if you have other you want clarification, suggestions, just comment on the comment section below. So I hope nakatulong ako with this talk, no? So that's it, guys. So this is your common sense success coach, Coach Tony's. This is my program, Coach Tony's Talks, no? So I hope I had a positive impact on you today. Thank you very much, and God bless.